happened on a night that felt completely ordinary. I was sitting alone in my room, scrolling through old photos on my phone. Most of them were random, school trips, friends laughing, blurry selfies. But then I stopped on one picture. It was from years ago. I was maybe 10, standing beside my father in our old house. Both of us were smiling, unaware of anything that would happen in the future. I stared at that photo longer than I should have. I wish I could go back, I whispered. First, nothing happened. Then my screen flickered. I thought it was just a glitch, but the brightness dropped suddenly, and the air in my room turned cold. My fan slowed down, the sound stretching unnaturally, like time itself was dragging. I stood up. Hello? No answer. My phone vibrated in my hand. A new notification appeared, but it wasn't from any app one recognized. Do you want to return? My heart started beating faster. Return? Return where? Before I could think, my thumb moved on its own, and I tapped yes. The world went silent. Not quiet, silent, like someone had muted reality. Then everything shattered. It wasn't like falling. It wasn't like dreaming. It felt like being pulled through memories. Faces, voices, moments flashing past me faster than I could understand. And then, I hit the ground. Hard. I gasped and looked around. I was standing in a familiar street, but it looked older. The paint on the houses was brighter, the trees were smaller, and the broken streetlight I knew so well was still working. My chest tightened. No way. I turned around slowly. There it was. My old house. Exactly the way it used to be years ago. My hands started shaking. This isn't real. But it was. I could feel the wind. I could hear distant voices. Somewhere a bicycle bell rang. I walked toward the house, each step heavier than the last. The door was slightly open, just like it used to be. I pushed it gently. Inside, everything was the same, the sofa, the TV, even the small crack in the wall near the kitchen. And then I heard it. Laughter. I froze. It was my voice. Younger. Happier. I slowly moved toward the living room. And there, I saw him. Myself. 10 years old, sitting on the floor, playing with a toy car. My heart nearly stopped. I actually came back. I wanted to run. I wanted to scream, but I couldn't move. Then someone walked into the room. My father. Alive. Smiling. For a moment, I forgot everything. Abu, I whispered. My voice broke. I hadn't seen him like this in years. He sat beside my younger self, laughing, saying something I couldn't fully hear. It was such a simple moment, but it felt like the most important thing in the world. Tears filled my eyes. I got another chance, I said softly. I stepped forward, but suddenly my phone vibrated again. I looked down. Another message appeared. Do not interact. My breath caught. What? You are a visitor. Any interference will change the outcome. I looked back at them, at my father, at myself. What outcome? I whispered. No reply. I clenched my fists. I didn't care. I had lost him once. I wasn't going to just stand there and watch. I stepped into the room. Abu. Everything froze. Not slowed. Not paused. Frozen. My younger self stopped mid-laugh. My father's hand was still in the air. Even the dust in the sunlight wasn't moving. My phone buzzed again. Final warning. My chest tightened. Why bring me here if I can't change anything? I shouted. The silence felt heavier than before. Then slowly, everything started moving again. But something was wrong. My father looked different, tired, worried. I remembered this day. It was the day before everything changed. The day before the accident. My heart dropped. No! I looked at my younger self. He had no idea what was coming. None of us did. My phone buzzed again. You may observe. Or you may leave. I felt trapped. If I stayed, I would have to watch it happen again. If I left, I would lose this chance forever. I sank to my knees. This isn't fair. Hours passed. I followed them silently, watching every small detail. Every smile felt heavier because I knew it wouldn't last. Then evening came. The moment I feared the most. My father picked up his keys. I'll be back soon, he said. My younger self smiled. Okay. I stood in front of the door. Don't go, I whispered. He walked past me like I wasn't even there. I reached out. For a second, I felt something, like a weak connection. But then it slipped away. The door closed, and just like that, it was done. I collapsed onto the floor, tears streaming down my face. I was here, and I still couldn't stop it. My phone lit up one last time. Time is not meant to be changed. I stared at the screen through blurred vision. Then why show me this? A pause. Then a final message appeared. To remind you what still exists. The room started fading. The walls, the light, everything dissolving into darkness. No, wait. I reached out desperately, but it was too late. I fell again. And this time, I woke up in my room. My fan spinning normally. My phone lying beside me. Everything felt normal. Too normal. I sat up slowly. Was it a dream? But then I looked at my phone. The photo was still there. Me and my father. But something was different. I looked closer. In the background, there was a shadow, standing near the doorway, watching. My breath stopped. It was me. From that night, I dropped the phone. I was really there. My hands trembled. Tears slowly rolled down my face again. But this time, they weren't just from sadness. They were from understanding. I couldn't change the past. But I had seen it, felt it, lived it again. And maybe that was enough.